Hello again. We're doing Steam games in alphabetical order. There's 241,436 games, about 170,000 games really. Some of them are just demos and DLC, etc. We're trying to get to the all-water Steam. So the alphabetical order is actually broken on Steam, and as you can see, every time I refresh, the order keeps changing. That's because games that don't have a placeholder sort of just randomly keep circulating. So we're going to go through, there's about 12 of them. We'll do at least 4 today. We're going to look at this one, Minesweeper 3D. This is by Cyber Aura, who's a Chinese developer, and I can't be bothered finding Chinese developers. It's a little bit hard. So as you can see, it's pretty basic, crude. You got rain, and you have snow in the background. We can change the color of the background. That looks ugly. Might go back to blue sunset. Look, there's plenty. This isn't new. There's plenty of 3D Minesweepers. Just put minesweeper3d.com in your browser. You'll get another one. We'll play this though, and we'll make it easy for ourselves. So we'll put 111, and let's start the game. And what we've got to try and work out if it's a bomb or not. And that's it. We win. Game of the year, guys. Right here. Oh my goodness. Alright, look, the only thing that this game does, which is a little bit better, is a lot of the Minesweeper 3Ds just are about the circulation of the perimeter. We're going to do a Rubik's Cube version so you can still see. The other thing that this game does is it gives you 3 lives. Some of them only give you 1. So, like I'd be dead. So there's 3 mines in here. I've got to at least try and keep 1 around. I've already destroyed 1. But that's all. There's nothing really groundbreaking. I've broken 2 now. Might not win this one. It is a little bit complicated, but it's, I have this funny feeling the developer who would probably put like a $10 price tag on this, and it's really crude. There's plenty of free versions of this sort of game. Just go to itch.io. So I just don't see any reason why it should be on Steam. And that's it. Well, I was lucky we won that one. Let's go a little bit harder. I'm not going to do it. The other thing you can do is just stare at the background until you go blind, I guess. Look, we're already looking at got a green cube, which isn't in the center. That's strange. Anyway, so, you could do something like this, which would just be an absolute headache. Like, I'd have a brain aneurysm if I tried to do this one. Because again, you only get 3 tries. But as you can see, it'll go through them all until you. So I guess this is better because it actually does go in. But anyway, this is Cyber Aura. This is Discord. Pretty new to the scene by the looks of it. This is only 3 members, and I'm one of them. And as you can see, Chinese. I cannot be bothered trying to find out who this developer is. So written to the developer, please don't release this. If you have any decency left in your heart, please refrain from adding this to the stockpile of rubbish already on Steam. While the concept is sound, the execution of it is terrible. Why you would think a massive 3D Minesweeper would be fun to play is baffling. It only made me want to shovel painkillers to destroy the migraine it caused, which was the equivalent of stabbing myself repeatedly in the forehead with a dinner fork. In fact, if it's only the matter of you needing money, I'm fairly confident you could set up an extortion GoFundMe page requesting monthly subscription fees so that this never gets released. Like a ransom. We pay you so you never release a game. It's the first time I prayed for advertisements to be in the game to save me from both boredom and brain aneurysm. So this is the second game we're going to look at, the Temple Warrior Battleground of Demons. There's nothing on the Steam page anymore. It's all been taken off. If I look at another data bank, an old data bank, I can get some screenshots of what it was. There's no video on YouTube. Just looks like an asset plonk on Unity maybe. Maybe Unreal Engine. I'm guessing more Unity. But yeah, just some sort of space. There's a space guy with various assets on a landscape. That's it. With a health bar. Well, there's some skeletons. They look pretty cool. So I'm thinking student at this present point in time. But I don't think it was ever published. I don't think a game ever came out of this. I don't think it was ever finished at all. And I see the need. I can understand. There's a lot of Hindu stories, which would be nice if it had a video game. So there is a story with this. It says, in this mini action-packed melee combat game, you play as a brave warrior on a mission to help and save an isolated Indian temple somewhere deep in the forest from a horde of demonic creatures that are destroying wildlife in the forest. Armed with your trusty sword and shield, you must battle your way through the forest and destroy all the demons. Your ultimate goal is to reach the final demon lord who seeks to destroy the prestigious Indian temple. Only by defeating him can you save the temple and restore peace to the land. Do you have what it takes to be the hero that the temple needs? Now, underneath that, you'll see that the developer is said to be Siram Y. And when I call that up, there's no followers, no downloads of the game whatsoever. So this game never got produced. Now, I asked the Google AI and it brought up Siram Y is a game developer primarily known for offering services on Fiverr, where he creates gameplay for Unreal Engine projects. He is also involved in developing applications related to games such as Google Assistant, application for the game Paladins. Except now, also down on the bottom it says he is based in India and lists English, Telugu and Hindi as his languages that he speaks. So I didn't even have to do anything. The Google AI did everything for me. Now, for proof, it says it brought up this picture, which is Siram Yedida 194. So evidently this is the Y, Yedida. So Google did all this. Google AI did all this for me. And this is Siram Yedida. But I honestly can't see the similarities between the screenshots that we've looked at and this rubbish. I think Google AI is wrong. I don't think Google AI got it right. And, hang on, where's the game gone? Seriously, while I'm recording this, the game has been moved. The page for it has been pushed off somewhere else. Okay, I've got to go find it. Hang on. So the game, while I'm recording this video, no joke, the game has been moved by Cy Y to this. The placeholder is now Maze Escape the Rolling Ball. This is exactly the same page, and Cy Y has an itch.io. Oh, okay, and he's got 4 games on it. Let's have a look at his first one, the browser. Now we're going to start finding who this developer is. Alright, so this is a browser game, free on his itch.io if you want to play it yourself. It's Siram Yadla. See that? That's what the Y stand for. And people are worried that AI is going to take over the planet. They can't even find out, can't even tell me who Siram Y is. What is the point of this? Sorry. But all I'm doing is flicking smiley face balls at different coloured ducks for some reason. I'm already sick of this game. There's literally nothing to do about this game. This game is giving me a headache. I'm done. Spent. I just don't understand why, even on a student project, why would this be considered fun to play? This is something I would hide. Okay, let's look at the next game. Escape. Okay. He made it for a game jam. Step into the shadows and uncover the twisted secrets of Dr. Scientist as a brave child. You've escaped his horrifying dimension, but the danger is far from over. Okay, let's have a look at this one. You just grabbed evidence and escaped from the mad scientist's house, but his robotic cardboard guards are patrolling outside. Be careful and avoid them to escape the compound. Hello?
I somehow managed to grab the evidence and escape from the mad scientist's house. Now, I must escape the compound without getting caught by his robotic cardboard guards. I can hide in the green rooms and find a way to the red exit. I should not forget to pick up the hammer. It might be useful. In the scientist's files, I saw that these robotic cardboard guards could not sense the light, so I found the flashlight inside the house. It will be helpful for me to get through this dark.
Okay, so that evidently was the developer's own voice. Evidently a student, as I predicted. Cardboard guards, which look like this, apparently. Okay. What's this on the floor here? Unraveling the mystery is Dr. Scientist behind the disappearances. June 15, 2024, the fiction place suspicion falls on Dr. Scientist, a reclusive robotics engineer following several disappearances. Passersby reports strange noises in the mansion, though no evidence links him. Yeah, I can't be bothered about this. Okay. Pick up the hammer. Oh, good. Get to destroy cardboard with hammer. Etc. What's this? Can't see it. Oh, there we go. Okay. There's some phone numbers, and there was a web page on the other one if you want to look it up. You can't be bothered. It's a maze game. Really long maze. But I think I can jump over the wall. If I just hang on, sorry, I'm not trying to make you feel sick. I'm just gonna early up. There we go. No. Yes, there we go. I'm over the wall, and those red pylons are basically the ending. So just gotta avoid this guard, who's following me very, very quickly and very, very fast. I have no time to stop. Excuse me, guard. There's a green, sort of like telephone booths where you're supposed to run inside and it keeps you safe. I don't know if you can hear everything. My heartbeat's going up like Billy-O. The game keeps pausing all the time. I can now look behind me. Apparently they can't get please stop. I can look behind me now. There we go. They can't get behind the... They can't get around that green telephone booth. And that's the game. Okay, so this is what the placeholder has been replaced with. Temple Warrior Battleground of Demons no longer exists. It's been replaced with this game, which is a ball and slider, which it really is horrible controls. I cleared the level. Okay, so this is the second level. lasers everywhere, and oh, my ball just fell off the table. There it goes, down there. Well, what can I do? Okay. I can't even press escape. I can't do anything. What is the point? I'm sorry, but if I was a Hindu god, I would be livid to be replaced by this silly ball and table mechanic. Let's go let's go down and get the ball. Oh. Hey, look at this. Funny if there's a dead Eskimo down there. And a ball. Can I go lower? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, maybe that hole. I created that hole. Hey guys, can someone go get some excavation equipment? We got to dig our ball out. This is all part of the game. Get an achievement for this. This is so funny. This is ridiculous. I would be really angry if I was a Hindu god. No. I've been replaced by a silly ball game. All right. So I want to write to the developer. What happened to Temple Warrior Battleground of Demons? I'm writing to him because no one's written to him. He's never had anyone write to him. So as a full-time Swami supporting the interests of well over 33,000 Hindu deities, it must be noted that a lot of them are now simply angered and livid that thanks to you they have been recently upstaged by a silly ball and supporting table with holes. This is frankly humiliating for the gods, demigods and goddesses, and they have requested me to demand an immediate action response from yourself to bring them back into good standing. I mean, what happened to the Temple Warrior Battleground of Demons? It was general consensus among the heavenly deities that finally someone on earth saw a platform where the great teachings of Hindu, retold over countless thousands of generations and hidden in holy transcript, could finally be revealed to the ignorant teen masses of today and become learned on who really holds their future in the palm of their hands. You could have given minutes of fame to Narada, Ganesha, or Kali, Shiva, and Shani, but no, you gave prime time focus to a ball whose superpower is to roll around and get itself burnt. You have wasted golden opportunity in your programming skills and dedicated them to frivolous objects like balls. Repent. Remember the destructive powers of powerful Randy Agni, Kali, and more, who now seek vengeance by turning all our ancestor reincarnations into negative karma. I myself witnessed my late grandmother come back as a koala and bit a worshipper in the face after falling out of a tree. It took us 30 minutes to get my grandmother off him, and this is only the beginning. In fact, you may have brought about the destruction of a planet by not releasing Temple Warrior Battleground of Demons. The gods are angered and demand sacrifice. It is therefore prudent that you immediately build a shrine and altar to Shiva in your bedroom and sacrifice a ball, any ball, tennis ball if you want. Fill the altar with good smelling fragrances like saffron and lavender and then burn that ball. Be quick. Don't mess around. There might be a slim chance we can appease all the Hindu heavenly deities and hopefully avoid this calamitous karma of everyone being reincarnated into negative fauna and flora. Our future existence is in your hands. Imagine that being a developer and that's the first comment you get because you decided to change your ideas. And this is the only person I could find as say why this might be, but this is all circumstantial evidence. But better than that stupid Google AI in any case. Okay, so the next game we're going to look at, or the placeholder, is Chronicles of Time Timeline 0. Again, nothing on the Steam page. It does come with a story though. This is a big one. Chronicles of Time Timeline 0 is an action-adventure game that follows the story of a young girl named Azura who must travel back in time to save humanity from extinction. The game's main antagonist is an AI named Crimson, who was tasked with a mission but deviated from its original purpose and now aims to destroy everything. Players will take control of Azura, a skilled warrior with the ability to manipulate time as she embarks on a journey to stop the rogue AI. Along the way, players will encounter a variety of enemies and obstacles that they must overcome using Azura's unique time manipulation abilities. The game features a variety of puzzles that players must solve in order to progress through the story. These puzzles range from complex time manipulation challenges to more traditional puzzle solving mechanics. As players progress through the game, they will gain access to new abilities that will help them to overcome the increasing difficult challenges that they face. Players will be able to fight using her unique abilities such as rewind and dash to create powerful combos and take down enemies. The game also includes a variety of weapons, including kunai, that players can use to fight enemies. The game features a dark and atmospheric art style that is both beautiful and eerie, giving players a sense of danger that awaits them. The story is also immersive, and players will be emotionally invested in the fate of humanity and the struggle of Azura to save it. This sounds like a student project as well. The Steam store page says Memo is behind it. I'm not going to bother asking the Google AI this time because it's pretty much useless. I might as well do my own homework. As Azura, players will have to face against the rogue AI Crimson in an intense final battle that will determine the fate of humanity. However, the game will not end there. With the defeat of Crimson, Azura will uncover a shocking truth about her past and her role in the timeline of her humanity. This revelation will lead to the possibility of a new timeline and open the door for new adventures and challenges. Okay, so that sort of makes sense because all we're given is screenshots. That's Azura there, Chronicles of Time, Timeline 0. But as we go through the screenshots, we'll notice that there's the title page actually changes. So this is Echoes of Time, Timeline 0, and so forth. So it seems like you were able to change the game depending on what actions you did. And again, we're only given screenshots. There's no video produced of this game ever working. But yeah, it looks like it had potential. Now, I was able to hunt up in a hidden database. There were 3 developers behind this: Memo, Udum, and Sunny V. So it seems like a student project. With the 3 developers being from maybe getting their masters or something, but they didn't finish the game in time, and the lead designer has taken the game off game with himself. So I decided to write to this developer: "Don't quit, Azura. Hello, Memo. I know this may be odd, but I'm a time traveler sent from the future. It's utmost imperative that you do not quit making this game, as future time travel is completely inspired by it. And by you quitting, countless future generations of time travelers will cease to exist. The Crimson AI of the future has sent variants of itself back in time to this period when AI is becoming popular, with the sole purpose of persuading you not to make this game. Don't pay any attention to those negative AI chatbots. They are really Crimson bots in disguise. I see that Udum and Sunny V is no longer credited with this game. Evidently, Crimson chatbots got to them before I arrived. I know this is not public knowledge and only goes to reassure I'm from the future doing the will of Azura. If there has been a falling out of you 3, please do not let the sun set in a provoked state and immediately apologize to them. Send them nice emojis with how are you messages. Maybe send them panda and cuddle emojis. They are still popular in your current timeline, aren't they? Don't make the mistake of sending them an eggplant emoji. Future wars have been started from nation leaders sending that one to each other. Please don't give up. While other TV shows and games came up with absurd ideas like 1.21 gigawatts and Ocarina of Time song, it was really your rewind concept coupled with kunai combo tricks that really got the ball rolling with time-traveling combat warriors. If you failed to invent Chronicles of Time, this daily future time travel gets inspired by Blue's Clues and the episode of the malfunctioning time travel collar. We cannot let that happen. Finish what you started. So this is the last video last game we're gonna look at today. This is Duex. Seems to be a placeholder. I was able to find a video footage of this game. Was supposed to be a massive player where you just run around and hit each other. That was basically it. Boring. We've seen heaps of those before. This is a single indie developer from Beijing. He goes under Nomad Studio. He has invented another game called Goblins Jump On, which is a VR game. This is a sample footage of this game that I was able to find. That sound of us walking is annoying. Basically, the whole objective is just press start and then just jump on the platforms that appear, and then as you jump on, another platform will appear, and that's the whole entire game until you plummet. And the idea is to get as far as you can, and once you've plummeted, you just restart and try and get a high score. That's it. Nothing interesting. Nothing. But it's interesting. This developer has tried VR first, and trying an assortment of things really. Now his real name is Chris T, as shown on the email, and I have found various versions of that as well. He's got his contact number there as well if you want to contact him to work on stuff. He did bring out a game called 8th Avenue. Now, basically, don't miss any anomalies. If you find anomalies, turn back immediately. If you don't find anomalies, just keep going, is basically the game. So it's called 8th Avenue, which is basically Infinity Avenue, if you want to put it that way. And the idea is to look out for anything that's strange that's not usually there. And if we spot something that's strange, then we're supposed to turn around and go back. If we don't find anything strange, then we keep going, and it's just this one street over and over and over and over again. Once you kind of know, some of the things are pretty obvious and you get to know straight away. Other things aren't so obvious, and so you might miss them. There's about... So there was nothing in there. There was no anomaly. So I just supposed to drive down the street. That's it. But there could be... I'll point out a few things. So down this alleyway down here, sometimes an outline of a character can shoot through your car. Sometimes at the back of this truck, you can have a strange anomaly. On the left-hand side, you can have a giant policeman in the sky. You can... So far, we're not getting anything for even the second run. You can have a woman appear behind the bus stop there. Nothing. Look, this game sort of plays out like Spot the Difference. I guess this is a progressive evolution of Spot the Difference that you used to get in newspapers, where you compare two different side-by-side pictures and see what differences there are. But the difference is, as I said, some of it's obvious, some of it's not, and there's a bit of a story connected to it. I'm trying to find one anomaly Funny if we get through the whole 8 of them without any anomalies. No, can't find anything. Sorry, I crashed then. Okay, so there's the woman's dress behind the truck. That's an anomaly. We're turning around and we go back to where we come, and it infinitely loops, and then we got to see if again there's any anomaly or we just drive on. So that's basically what we're doing. Now you do that for 8 times, and then the game will give you a part ending, and then you do it for another 8 times and the game gives you the true ending. Very rarely will you get the same anomaly twice, so probably won't get won't get that one. I haven't. Sometimes you can get all the windows blood red as well. Up front you can get somebody appear in your car. Can't find any. This is I'm guessing we're supposed to be stuck in an eternal purgatory because we've killed someone, evidently. And we're paying for that. That anomaly on the side can be hard to see. Not getting anyone, really. No, can't find anyone. Some of them are hard to find too. Like there's a couple I probably haven't found yet. I've tried listing them all so that other people can see them easily. You'll always get it right first time. I'll show you why at the end. No, there was no anomaly there, so it was just normal road. We've only got 3 more to go through. No. Oh, we've got sirens. Okay, so we've got an audio anomaly of police sirens. So again, we turn backwards. Sometimes you can get anomalies where... Oh, there's a woman in my car. There you go. Hello. Sorry, yeah, I killed you. Having a bad day. Evidently you're having a bad day too now. What happened to your face, by the way? So there's one you can get. So we've only got 2 more. Oh. We got someone trying to get in the car now. There's only 2 scary ones. There's probably one scary one. There's one more scary one. The rest are pretty... Some of them are even just silly. Now this sells for $7.50. It's not available in Australia. I had to use an international market in order to get my hands on this game. Well, it wasn't available in Australia when I was able to get it. Can't see anything. No. So again, it looks like there was no anomaly on the last one, so now we'll just see the ending. No, there was an anomaly, but we missed it. So you're given heaps of time just to turn around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the anomalies now in other runs. So this is one where you come across a giant cat. I don't know why. And if you come too close to it, it'll kill you. and you have to start again. I thought that was funny. This anomaly here, I'm going to come across. Falling lamp post for some reason. So you can't miss those. This is the woman behind the bus stop. So, hello. Oh, she's got a face. There you go. It's and this one. This is a scary one. She's in the car with you. It's like, hey, okay. And this one where the goes down into a tunnel, and if you go down into the tunnel, the game resets. There's a few others as well, but that gives you, for instance, how the game plays with your mind. Now we'll finish off the game to show you what the true ending is. I'll turn the sound up a little bit.
This is FM 107.9 emergency report. Lynn, female, 28 years old, a famous young pianist in this city, disappeared from her home early this morning. A large amount of blood and a small amount of human tissue were found in the bathroom. After preliminary investigation by the police, her husband, Guan Shijiang, male, 32 years old, was identified as a major criminal suspect. After the incident, the suspect drove a red car license plate, then a XJ348, and fled. He may be carrying dangerous items. If you find a suspicious vehicle, please call 911 immediately and do not approach.
So that was 8th Avenue, Infinity Avenue. So that was... Now, he's currently made another game. You can play this for free. Only a few people have played it. Nomad Studio. War of the Worlds New York demo. So I'm going to go show you this now. So this is your character. It looks like this is going to be intended for multiplayer again, where other people can resurrect you if you get killed. There seems to be car and base abilities here, and you can do a Gangnam style emoji thing for some reason. Okay, so let's start the game anyway. So we'll start. We'll appear on a server. Okay, so basically you appear here and your first task is to pick up stones. So we'll want to enhance our superpower of picking up stones. You only get the one soundtrack here. I thought, really? We're going to start throwing stones at tripods? And then you come. Now there's no audio, which is downfall. Hi buddy, this is Zerg quarantine area. You know Zerg have appeared since the tripod mechas suddenly appeared from nowhere. Compared to the huge but rare tripod mechas, a large number of Zergs are actually more dangerous. Of course, danger also contain opportunities. I believe you are here for the Zerg essence, right? This is one problem I have with the game. It's called War of the Worlds, but there's only one tripod mecha in the whole game. There's no other reference to anything War of the Worlds, and he's talking about Zergs, which is from StarCraft. If you label your game War of the Worlds, people are going to come expecting War of the Worlds. People don't come to a War of the World game expecting StarCraft lore. Unless if there was some sort of blending of StarCraft and War of the Worlds, but there's not really any blending. It's just everything's Zergs. And I'm assuming that's because he's bought an asset pack or he's a StarCraft fan, one of the two. But I don't see where he's really going about it. Now, essentially, this is just a maze game. You get to go to a maze and destroy all the Zergs in the maze, and then you'll get given something, and then you've got to locate the second maze, and then you go down into that maze, which are always train tunnels, basements and things like that. Now Zergs, they just get the DNA of creatures they kill and use it upon themselves. So Zergs can change quite a bit. You get various different Zergs. Now in this game, there's two different types of Zergs at the moment. This is the gun. You only get one gun. The gun wears down pretty quick, and the repair bench does not work. You cannot repair your gun once you kill. Now the world is in itself is quite good, but it's most probably just an asset pack map. So this is a Zerg we're coming across here, which is a bit of an insectoid. Now in War of the Worlds, if he was going to be faithful to War of the Worlds was originally an octopus about the size of a bear, and with tentacles, of course, and on the tentacles they had death rays. Now you can click the beak to change your respawn area, and we're going through this world. So there's a tripod mecha there. It's not doing anything. Here's another Zerg. You can just not really dangerous, are they? So then you loot the bodies of these things. It doesn't give you too much, but everything counts in this game. You can only get through the one. And here's the tripod mecha, which are supposed to be scary, but they don't do anything. There's no death rays, there's no smoke machine, there's no red weed anywhere. I can touch these things, I can go through these things. So there's nothing War of the Worlds which makes it really scary at all. So this is the tunnel underground you can go into. I mean, there's improvement here. I can see this guy is generally trying to improve as a developer, and it is a single indie developer from Beijing. I don't know how old he is. Here you have all the train stations. I don't know if this is how big he intends to make the game, with the blue outline dots being the various mazes. This guy just says, you can get Zerg Essence and use the powers from the Zerg Essence to craft various things like bullets, etc., which is really no different. Now on the left near the guy with the skeleton mask, the hockey mask, is a loot box. You get two of those in the maze that we're about to run into. They are found inside, but they don't really contain anything. On the right hand side of the ticket booth, you've got a repair bench, but as I said, the repair bench doesn't work. It won't repair your anything. It won't accept anything to repair. So my stuff is at 90% already, but I can't repair it. You can only do the tutorial quest. I can't even get the demo quest to activate, which is to pick up another 5 sticks and pick up a machete, like the one on the bench there, but I can't pick it up. So there's a lot to be desired here. I can actually just walk through the map. There's buildings you can walk through. I'll show you in a minute where you can basically just walk off map and see what everything underground. So because of that, I can walk to the other undergrounds where the finishing is as well. And in one of those undergrounds, it basically just says, in this maze you'll find a weapon to kill the big tripod mecha, which seems to indicate that he's even ignoring the whole bacteria is part of their demise. So for War of the Worlds, it's really not being loyal to the law of War of the World. And I really don't understand what the idea, because when the War of the Worlds was written by H.G. Wells, originally back then he wrote it because, as he said, oh, by the way, here, just sell everything that you don't want except for the gun. Sell everything else, and then just buy pistol bullets, and you can get through the whole maze quite easily by doing that. So you buy the pistol ammo, and that's it. So originally, H.G. Wells wrote it because it was about colonialism and the devastating effects that it had on indigenous Tasmanians. So as you can see through the world there. He hasn't even connected the maze up properly. So I can walk out there, I can fall down. This is maze. I'm just going to quickly show you a few things. I'm not going to show you everything here. So basically the whole objective is save bullets and just blow up these barrels. I like the barrel effect, that's nice. And then grab whatever's inside them that didn't have anything, which I don't know if my exploding the barrel killed whatever it was inside it. You have fireplaces here. You just load the torch onto the fireplace and it will keep the room lit up a little bit. The only trouble is sometimes the Zerg will approach you while you're lighting up the place. As I said, there's only 2 loot boxes here. On the other side, coming over, you can crouch and run up those ramps to take shortcuts. Well, there's about 30 Zergs in this maze. Just take them out one at a time. That's basically all there is to it. So I feel like he's become a bit too ambitious and has chewed off too much that work for himself here. I don't think this one will ever get finished. Could be wrong, but I just don't sense this one will ever get finished, unfortunately. And that's basically about it. And you just go through the maze. Look, I'm going to fast forward so you can see other stuff. So this is the mapping system. This basically shows you the biomes, the vehicle system, swimming. He's got a fishing mechanic to the game. This is the other type of Zerg, which can spit poison at you as well. Which is just basically some sort of arachnid. I've run out of bullets, so I'm just going to have to spear this thing. They get stuck on each other as well, so there you go. Die. This is, I'm going to show you one of the loot boxes. So here, this is one of the loot boxes. That's what it looks like. Let's have a look, see what's in it. So that's what you would get in a loot box in a maze. And there's 2 of them. This is to show you I can walk off map completely. There's a building out in the middle of the sky. This is one of the later subways and undergrounds. Basically they all look pretty much the same. Yeah, some of them might have working escalators. This one's working. They come down. Evidently the maze is the door on the right, I believe, but it's shut off. And this is Hunter Ethan, and he's saying, well, look, if you come and help me with my maze of Zergs, I will give you what's this one? A fishing rod, and you'll be able to fish from now on. And that's sort of basically what happens. You just walk around the top until you find a underground, then you go down and clear the maze. That's basically principally and it's multiplayer, because if you do die, one of your friends can come resurrect you. But as I said, you got plenty of bullets. Just sell everything and you got plenty. What else? So this is another one as well. This is another maze. So as you can see, it looks exactly the same as the other one, but the only difference is a different guy down here. And I can shoot him, nothing happens. Captain Butcher. So this is the guy. This is the very last maze. He'll give you a weapon to kill the tripod mechas, apparently. As I said, avoid it. The game ignores the whole bacteria thing. Each of these has a train. You can't do anything with the train. You can't move the train. Has potential, but is really crude in its setup. I don't know if Chris T by himself can really do what he wants here, and even this one will go off screen. Goes off to nowhere. That's the last destination, I guess. My reply, some thoughts. Hi, Christy. While this may be better than your previous assortments, Duex, 8th Avenue, Goblin Jump VR, there's a few problems here that might play testament that you've gone too ambitious and bidden more into game development than you're reasonably able to handle as a single indie developer. While currently it's just a maze runner, I've noticed that you have also placed potential for future crafting, planting, building and survival mechanics, as well as vehicle driving mechanics. You're also strangely trying to blend the Zergs from StarCraft into the lore of War of the Worlds, which I can only assume is either because you're a StarCraft fan or that it nicely fits in with assets you've collected. But when you title your game War of the Worlds, customers have come for that, and not for Zergs, which there is more of a push about in your game. I see one disgruntled tester has voiced an opinion of an oversaturation of War of the World games on Steam and labelled them all bad. This is a blatant exaggeration. There are 5 in total and only 2 of them are playable. In fact, there are very few War of the World games in total across all mediums, and unfortunately the recent 2025 movie did not justify the need and potential goldmine for more game content. Downfalls of this game. There is only one tripod fighting machine, mecha, in this game, and it doesn't do anything scary. There is no strange ulla bellow. There is no death rays, there is no toxic smoke, no red weed, no cages for humans or other bipedal aliens they are feeding off. You can even touch the mecha and nothing happens. It just stands there. How boring. The first maze isn't even connected to the underground properly. I can easily fit between where they connect and fall through or spy the map. There are some buildings I can simply walk through and go to the other undergrounds you have temporarily set up. One of them showcasing that the maze would provide a weapon where I can kill the tripod mecha. Really? You're ignoring the whole bacteria causes their demise? H.G. Wells, who wrote the novel, admitted that he originally was inspired from the devastating effects that colonialism had on indigenous Tasmanians. The story raised the moral question how people would react to imperialism if a highly more superior evolved alien race came to exterminate them. This subject matter is as topical today as it was when H.G. Wells penned the novel, Ukraine, Russia, etc. I'm not sure, however, what meaningful topics you're exploring with Zergs. So far, the story and experience is rather superficial. The crafting bench doesn't work. You can't repair your gun or spear. Wasn't a biggie, as I simply had to sell all non-important stuff, everything but gun, and buy pistol bullets. You then get enough to go on a shooting rampage and clear the maze. There are only 2 loot boxes in there with nothing more to do in game. While there is potential here, it's extremely crude. So to my last surprise, I was able to find another game of Chris T. It's called Thrilling Nights. This is him playing his own game, as I could not find any other video about it. I want to turn the music up because it's actually quite atmospheric. Oh my goodness, I've got feet. why it plays music to say? I guess so many indie games don't have feet. When you look down, this one's like, I've got feet. Ultimately, it's just I guess a loop maze. We've seen these sort of games before, where you just run around, collect items while there's an enemy running around a loop, and your objective is to collect the stuff and escape. He's also got the lock picking mechanic from One Night with what seems to be even harder than normally is. I find this strange because this is his very first game, I think, that he ever made, which is kind of better than Duex, and I would say maybe better than 8th Avenue. Like, there was a sound concept, but so as I said, this one you just got to go by feel. There's no other clues or indicators on being able to lock pick this device. If you want to see me rage quitting, look for One Night. Oh, that was a crazy game. The Russian who said the game worked on his 15 computers. I wonder if he's still alive. Anyway, so you saw the enemy there before. That enemy appeared in another game we played. This is, I'm not sure if it's the same developer as the other game. And there's the enemy there, and he just comes and kills you. And as you can see, only 5 people have viewed this game, and I'm one of them, and the developer is one of them also. So that's it, guys. That's everything. I'll catch you next time. Until then, bye for now.